Internet! Maki is insane. Moving on. Now, if we were a centuries-old sorceress brain trying to hold a deadly tournament, we would have to create some rules. And because some of those rules would seem to overlap and leave some areas ambiguous, let's break them down without spoiling anything so the twists and turns don't come as complete head-scratchers. By the end of this video, you should have a clear idea on what the rules are and how they will influence the Culling game as a whole. No more stalling! This is your kind of content. I'd appreciate a like and a sub. Let's get it! Rule number 1. After awakening their curse technique, players must go to a colony of their choice within 19 days and pledge their participation in the Culling game. This is the deadline for the games. So that means any newly created or already existing sorcerers have less than a month to enter one of the buried areas. And once they do, the game will consider that consent and the individual will become a player. Kinda like you walked onto a used car lot and your name was already signed for that 2001 Pontiac Aztek. Rule number 2. Players breaching the first rule shall be stripped of their technique. If you miss the deadline and still plan on being a player, you gotta suffer a penalty. Didn't make it to one of the buried areas in time? Oops, you're gonna lose your abilities for who knows how long. One thing's for sure, this ain't slowing Maki down in the least. Rule number 3. Non-players shall become players upon entering a colony, and their entry shall be taken as a pledging to participate in the Culling game. This is to state that if you walked into one of the buried areas on purpose or accidentally, you're giving your consent to fight to the death with the other players. If you were already in one of the areas, you get one chance to get out. Safest route to not become point fodder for the other players is leave Japan. Rule number 4. Players will receive points upon ending the life of another player. Yep, unaliving other players is how you get paid, and with your newly acquired wealth, you get to influence the rest of the game. You know, because a battle to the death didn't have enough incentive. Rule number 5. Points shall be designated based on the value that the game master gives their life. And fundamentally, a sorcerer will be worth 5 points, while non-sorcerers will be worth 1 point. Defeating a sorcerer awards you more points than a regular person, and all the point values will be determined by the game itself, not the players. Don't tell the average Joes and Janes, but they're literally worth less right now. Rule number 6. By spending 100 points, not counting the initial point value assigned to them, players must negotiate with the game master to add an additional rule to the Culling game. So first, you can't use the points you're worth. But if you take out 20 other sorcerers that are worth 5 points each, then you can propose a new rule that all the players will have to follow. But the rule will have to be greenlit by the game master, and you can't use this rule to get rid of another rule. You know, to keep everything as close to fair as possible. So, sorry, no adding, my rule says I win. Rule number 7. The game master must approve any additional rules requested under Rule 6 above, except when the rule would significantly hinder the continuation of the Culling game. Basically, the game has self-preservation built in. No one gets to just add a rule that ends it. Like an unfortunate pooping session, they're just gonna have to ride this one out. And finally, rule number 8. Players who do not show a change in points within 19 days of joining or acquiring points shall be stripped of their technique. This is the rule to keep players playing. No stalling. The game has to end at some point. Like an unfortunate poop... you get it, right? So what do you guys think of the 8 rules of the Culling game? Seem like a fair and balanced deathmatch? Would you try and break the system? Let me know in the comments. I'll catch you in the next one. Later!